you on a date. I was on base, but screw the references and let me swing a pitch too. Swear that there ain't no other guys that can compare to this dude. I got notes up on my phone, filled with millions of sentences to copy, paste, and post when you're not feeling what you're dealing with. Trust me, ain't nobody ready like me. You say you keep up all your guards, but to me it's a squeeze. And I'll slip through all the cracks, hope it's comfy and your feelings for it and maybe make believe, but maybe we could be something more.
Something more than smiles out the door. Something more than shy fingertips on eyelids, darling. I can't find this anywhere else. You open through the color of your eyes as if you knew there's so much more than this. So did you read the Greeks yesterday? Because there's an ancient spark in you and I can't look away. God, do you feel grace? Or do you walk with such love that I don't know how you carry it all by yourself? It's incredible what you do. I just need to talk to you.
And we could be something more. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We could be something more. Whoa. We could be something more. Whoa. Won't you be something more with me? Won't you be something more with me?
Hey, what's up? Welcome back, everyone, to the channel, and today it's gonna decide to be laggy. Here we go! Treyarch livestream. Hashtag Black Ops 4. Here we go. We want classified trailer. Rip. You guys do not recognize this? This is the oh, my headphones. This is the music from Voyage of Despair, and it's just been a bunch of Voyage Despair. So I'm thinking this is all about zombies because they had that Blood of the Dead trailer. Compass 360 bro. Hashtag Black Ops 4. Yo. Hashtag Black Ops 4. Oh! There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Ray 11 double exclamation, bro. It's lit. We back. It's a brand new live Treyarch live stream. We've already seen this trailer, but if you guys haven't, I'll turn it up for a second.
You give us the fire, we'll give them hell.
In the drop zone.
Let's tango.
By the way, this is not my stream being really quiet. That's theirs. Trying to get your body. It's super laggy.
Welcome to the party.
No, don't be lag.
Hello everyone, I'm John Raffis.
Hold up. Don't lag. I'm refreshing the page. Oh, come on.
Broadcast. Extension of that philosophy. Think
It's
of
being
this
super
as
laggy. I'm sorry.
Reddit post, but pictures. So to do that and to catch you up on what we have been doing with multiplayer and Blackout since the betas, we
It's
are
okay.
joined by Tony Flame
It's
and Matt
Blackout
Schrontz,
multiplayer.
and these guys are here to talk to us about multiplayer. In a little while, we will catch up with the Lord
Bondahar.
to talk a little bit about Blackout. Gentlemen, welcome.
Thanks.
Yeah. Are you stoked?
I'm super stoked to
This
be
is a
able to
cool
talk
shot.
to everybody, the fans.
Oh,
about
there's
what we've been
the
up to.
brand
We've
new
been having a
map
ton of fun playing the
Morocco.
game. What kind of changes we've been
It's set
working
in
on.
Mexico.
We actually have some footage to show as well.
And there's
Team's really
militia.
been making quite a few up.
This is
yeah,
a Rush.
all
This is
over the place.
Alaskan weapon
New
facility.
content, a lot of polishing.
This
touches
is,
on what's been there, and of course balance.
Arsenal.
Lots to talk about.
All right.
This is by in the Middle East. I forgot where. This is Icebreaker. This is in Russia during the Cold War. The Reznov mission.
On our social channels, we've seen glimpses of
Summit.
maps like Morocco and Militia.
Fire, not Fire and Range. Yeah, this is still
and
Summit. My bad.
So let's kind of
Slums.
let's just get right into it. And
I'm
let's
gonna
talk
stop
weapons.
talking now so you guys can hear.
Tony, tell us a little bit about what's in store on the weapons front.
Well, we've got a few new weapons coming in. We've one of them is going to be a new sniper rifle. So we know our fans love bolt action sniper rifles. We've got another one to add to the selection. It's called the Outlaw.
Nice.
The Outlaw is its unique gameplay is going to be that it rechambers very quickly. So you get that second shot on
Look at all the
target
stuff
if
in the
you got
background. It's
a hit
sick.
marker or didn't end up finishing them off with that first shot. Now, of course, to compensate for that, it's going to be doing some lighter damage. You're going to have to hit higher up on the body to get that one-shot kill. A lot of fun to play with. Very different from the other sniper rifles.
All right.
Give link.
So,
Yeah,
if I'm not
it's just go to
mistaken,
Treyarch's
we
YouTube.
saw Nomad running around with the Hades, correct?
Yeah, the
On
Hades
Treyarch
is a new
YouTube.
LMG.
Treyarch on
and you
YouTube, and
saw
you'll see it.
it looked different. There were some fans who commented on what that looked like in the trailer. It's a very unique LMG in that it has a very high
By the way, I
fire
saw
rate.
this in the Blood of
It's
the Dead
actually kind
trailer.
of a run and gun LMG. It's meant to be fired from the hip. Its attachments support that. In the crossbar operator mod here, which allows you to get tight accuracy while you can move around.
It's really
at full
cool.
speed. That is that's what you were seeing in the trailer there with Nomad was actually the bullet canister. That's where the bullets go.
Okay. Now, if I'm not mistaken, the team has also brought in a new round burst pistol.
Of course, yes. That's been a staple for the last few Black
It has
Ops
been.
games. 3-round burst pistol called the RK7 Garrison.
Okay.
And that is
RK5.
going to be a classic high fire rate pistol. It's going to kind of sit in the middle between the Stripe and the Mozu, have its own unique gameplay, so that'll really round
It's kind
out
of
the
it's.
class. So there's
I've always
a lot of good
loved
options
the
there.
Okay.
pistols.
Well, let's move on to weapon tuning.
Like you have
Tony, talk to us
like the
about
BT3R and
So
RK5
over the
and a
last
couple other stuff.
several games, we've been reining in the way that our approach to tuning weapons, getting tighter and tighter balance, and that's continued. We feel like we have got a really good tight balance across weapons for launch.
It was a fun multiplayer.
It's different this
when I
time
played.
because attachments are different on every weapon, so that's caused us to look at things differently, but it's also caused us to look at things more carefully. So we're really happy with where we're going to be at launch, and of course, the first few weeks, we'll be looking at any outliers and dialing things in to get the balance done just right. So remaining of October and into November.
Well, one of the new things Black Ops 4 operator, if I'm not mistaken, a couple updates on that front.
Yeah, absolutely. There are new operator mods that were on weapons that weren't actually in the beta. We're still working on getting those functional. So shotguns have some changes to their operator mod. We have the Stray Lock, which is the Koshka is a sniper rifle that the operator mod was available in the beta. At the time, we called it the Speed Center. We had to get a Russian name for it. It's a Russian sniper rifle. So we're calling it the Stray Lock now. And what that does is it gives snipers increased accuracy while they're going ADS. Now, this wasn't completely dialed in at the time of the beta.
That's for
so we
all
wanted
you
to get it in
phase
players'
people
hands
out there
because
that
we
can
know
quick
the best
scope.
mechanics
That's
are
not
over
me.
out there. They're not sitting
I'm
here
your
in the
moron with
studio.
the 3-round
And
pistol
of course,
and
they
the
didn't disappoint
SMG.
by showing us how powerful they could be with that. So we've dialed it in. Now, rather than as soon as scoping in, getting that super tight accuracy, it's going to come in over the course of the scope-in period. So we'll be able to tune
That's
that
cool.
and get that to
That's-
just the right
yeah, I'm
point
fine
so
with
that
that.
it's
Balance out the game. Yeah,
to see how players respond to it.
That's good.
Dialed in just. So it's going to be a lot more skill based than it was in the beta.
Got it. Let's talk the
The
talk
beta
about
has
the
bodying
5.9mm
people.
operator.
Yeah,
So,
really
yeah.
excited about this one. So we've of course done dual wield
This is
before,
the brand new map.
but it's always a single attachment, and it's never really able to be as awesome as we want it to be. We want dual wield to be really powerful. We want you to feel really cool using it, and like you're standing a really good chance, and it's viable, and it's viable in a way that's balanced as well. So we were able to do that with operator mod. You have to pay extra points for it through the operator mod system, but we get it to make it extra powerful. Put it on the gun that it makes the most sense on, the SOG. It's the most compact submachine gun that we have in the game. So we have those dual wield SOGs,
Spitfire would be OP.
the operator mod for launch, and they're going to be a ton of fun to play.
Or GK5.
All right. Let's come back to Outlaw and take a look at how it works, or without and with the operator. Why don't you talk us through?
So this is going to show how you've really got to get kind of a headshot or upper body shot to kill there, and you're going to have a single shot with the Outlaw at its base level with regular attachments. Now, when you put the operator mod on it, it's going to leverage that fast
That looks
cycling
cool.
nature of this, and it's going to turn into a 3-round burst
Stop lagging.
sniper rifle.
A 3-round
You're going to be
burst
able to
sniper.
get 3 shots off very quickly. You hit 2 of those, and you're taking down your target.
Holy
So
crap,
it's
that's
very
cool.
fun, it's very powerful. It's going to be balanced out by the fact that, as you can see there, you got limited rounds. So you're only going to get a few bursts before you're out of ammo. You're going to have to be on target. You're going to, but of course,
That-
it's an operator mod, very powerful. You've got to spend
Holy
into it.
crap. That is
Tell
cool.
me about Zog 12.
Log 12 is we changed up its operator mod. So in the beta, the operator mod would wound players that it hit. We got feedback, and we had even internally, people were feeling like this was frustrating. I got shot once, and now I can't heal. So we changed it up so that the Dragon's Breath now hits the players, and it's going to do a damage over time that's going to burn them. What that's going to force the player to do is make a decision. I just got hit. I have to heal immediately, or I'm going to die. And that makes it a lot more dynamic and back and forth between what the shotgun.
That could either be like
They
rush
can
the
press the
player.
action, and they know that either that player is going to just stick it out and take the damage and try and fight back, or they're going to have to heal if they want to survive. So that kind of cat and mouse gameplay is a lot more interesting, a lot more balanced. So the Dragon's Breath is going to be improved in that way.
Well, also lean tactical.
Absolutely.
Cool. All right.
So that was on
NVIR
Summit.
optic.
Yes, it's a new optic. It was not seen in the beta. It's our night vision and thermal combination. So there's some maps where enemies can take advantage of the lighting and hide in the shadows. This is going to help you find them in those maps. So it's available on a variety of guns. You can put on different maps to combat that tactic. So it rounds out the optic selection.
Outstanding. All right. So quite a bit happening on the weapons front. How about we talk score streak? Matt, where are we at?
Well, to start off, we didn't want to kind of put all our cards on the table in the beta.
I had to save a little bit.
Gotta save a little bit. Leave one more. So we have 3 new score streaks that will be the lineup punch.
Okay.
Drone squad.
Okay,
Well, here,
we've seen
take a
that
look at the
before.
drone squad. Tell us what we're looking at here.
So the drone squad is a squad of drones. Might let on.
That's a squad of drones.
Yes.
Squad of drones. Got it.
Yeah,
Okay.
Play on
So you'll see there, you activate the drone squad, and the lead drone there, and then the lead drone will have 2 buddy drones. This is around the attack chopper level. Those we
This is a really good
but
score
it's fun
streak.
to call it in. Got 3 quality.
Like a very open map, like jungle. This is gonna be really good.
Got it. But that's not all. The team also in new sniper's nest.
Right. Not a snow.
That's cool.
There we go.
The opposite of.
I think
So-
I just got my new player ID right there. That's-
So there we see the sniper's nest. Sniper's nest are
Sniper's
2
nest.
professional where a helicopter all board in, and they're gonna fly in. Gonna have a sniper aboard the helicopter, a high-powered 50 cal sniper. Shot 1 kill, fly around, rain down. On the ground, we've done quite a bit of work to frustrating still. So we've got some sniper glints, got laser. Really, when this thing gets called out by the enemy, caught outside. Really don't want to be not moving. Have line of sight.
Yeah.
I think we'll be following up with the YouTube channel for those snipers. But make sure to smash that like button for those guys.
Yeah, they channel.
Do they really?
Yeah, they do. They do.
Great.
Yeah.
Talk about their Twitter handles here in a second. And then there's a popular
Funny
sports
jokes.
league making its return.
That is the dart.
Hey!
Dart was a favorite of mine, and brought it back.
That's a dart's great. Oh, this is
slightly,
more gameplay of the
different
jungle.
visual, functionality change. Wanted
It's a
it
great
in Black
map
Ops
from
4
Black Ops 1.
to kind of like a flying.
Yeah,
so
we know that we know this. We know
Fly
this,
around.
guys. Come on. We all love the sensor dart.
right trigger to detonate it. Want to act to another addition added for Black Ops 4. So I loved it in Black Ops 3. Still super, and it's also great to.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, okay. Okay. That's cool.
And the team's also made some up, such as
Yeah, the RCXD. We got a lot of feedback on that from the beta that it was a Kindle having some trouble going. Battery might charged it up a bit. Worked on the, as you can see, got a much smoother ride.
That's good.
got it. But that's not all.
It is not.
There's also been some updates to the gunship.
That's a lot of damage.
Gunship, yeah. So the gunship was performed fairly well. It didn't quite hit our targets as far as how many kills, how long it.
Is that slums?
So we
Hey, he's shooting
like,
at slums.
hopped on.
So cool. I'm not even a multiplayer guy, and this is cool. Just remember playing
Target
back in
is-
the day.
Lock online, fire at it. Rocket is deployed. While those flares are still deployed from the gunship, can't lock
14
on.
maps.
I believe in the beta we had that at 5 seconds. Bump that up a little bit more. That's the highest score. Enough time. A little bit longer.
Fair enough. But there have also been some smaller changes. Gray front called the
Pressure,
pressure.
yeah. It's also
That's the
been
Monoshima. Get out of here.
improved the targeting line quite a bit. We did do that between and one and also saw quite a few
Who cares, bro? No, I'm just kidding.
bumpy chirp. Snap team, our side.
After this stream, I'm gonna show you guys a
make sure.
leaked image that I have found. I didn't look
the
for it,
RCXD.
but I came across it, and it's really
moving on to the
blurry,
pressure.
but it's got some juicy
Already
stuff.
Pressure is just going to be a symbol.
I don't like
type
leaks,
game.
but
Yeah,
like,
so for the Thresher again, didn't quite hit our targets. But with that, we further in light path.
it's on freaking Google, and I
Actually
saw
go in
this.
and after the light pattern.
Hey, this is okay. This is a pretty good map.
The path that it.
The beta was good, but I'm liking these
On
changes.
top of that, we
If you could share how valuable degree to which that is
Valuable across the board. I mean, we have, like I was saying before about our processes, we have a really sophisticated analytics pipeline. So we have all of the facts, but what we don't
the
necessarily have is how
facts.
people feel about those. So we have to understand kind of the emotional side of how people are reacting to. Sometimes we might have something that maybe looks underpowered, right? But people actually love it, and that's great for us because that means we don't need to mess with the balance in order for people. And of course, vice versa too, right? Where people are having a big problem with something, regardless of the data, we've got to address that because it's important. There are ultimately our players, their experience and how they feel about the game is what's important. So regardless of what the objective numbers say, we have to take that into account. And also, all the positive feedback's great too. It helps keep the team motivated. Yeah, keep that coming. You know, we have a really passionate team here across hundreds of people, and reading that, you know, and reading positive.
That's multiplayer by themselves.
Has been a
not
big
even
boost for our
Blackout.
team, really.
Not even freaking zombies.
I've just seen it around the office. Everyone's happy to have worked so hard on something that people are enjoying. So we love that too. We love both the criticisms, of course, and you know, if people are enjoying it, we love it.
Also see like during multiplayer in Black. This probably, I don't know, renaissance of constructive feedback. Like I've never seen much positive feedback.
Yeah, like Tony said, I've said it to office, but the kind words and the positive feedback has energized us, allowed us to really march hard toward.
One day, ladies and gentlemen.
As is
Tomorrow night.
tired. Those words really do.
Yeah,
but
like
you know,
5.5 hours of sleep last.
Right, but I had I had an energy drink, so I'm good now.
All right.
Just one more thing
Yeah,
to add
yeah.
to that. Even the back and forth debates that are going on online, where there's different opinions out
okay,
there. We look at those too, and sometimes there's a point buried in those that we can catch and may not be thinking of. So just all of that communication online, that's great. We really
dude. Call of Duty is gonna kill it this year.
Make the best game that we can make.
All right. Let's get back to score streaks and get to the chopper. Tell me about the attack chopper method. Yeah.
The attack chopper was not where we expected it. We still didn't hit. I think we've hit it now.
Yeah.
This. I say that. I don't. You know, I don't want to.
Devastating score streak.
I don't. We'll see. I'll put it out there.
Okay.
But in the play tests, I hear, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm happy with. Put it out.
There have been some modifications. Break team.
A little less than stellar, so a lot of time. Also go. Have to work. Got a lot of the map logic. That again, another one. Much. This one's a one to swing hard either way, because right team. Some might say, expect them. Higher tier. Playing around with the numbers.
The numbers, Mason.
Like the weapons. Check the enemy.
It's cool. I like it.
Let's move on to perks. If I'm not mistaken, there's
There's a new perk.
Skulker.
Yes, Skulker. Skulker is one that we Blackout Beta. Loved it so much. He loved it in actually looked at it the multi. So we previously that was a
I forgot what Skulker does.
Attachment
Stock 2. Yeah, stock
right?
2.
So I said, we're going to kill this. Tony,
The Skulkers won. Yes, the Skulkers won. But that's we had a really cool idea for that. So one of the new features that's kind of been fighting what we call drop shotting is that when you go prone in Black Ops 4, you put your hand down, take your hand off the gun so you can't stay ADS or aiming. So now stock 2 is going to allow you to stay fully aiming while you go prone.
That's
and there's
cool.
also actually there were some bugs about changing stances and being accurate. So
Yeah.
we've actually fixed those as well. So stock 2 is going to be great now. If you're a drop shotter, we've got an attachment for you. We've got you covered.
Awesome.
I do
I
that.
still don't like drop.
Well, they've got it now. They've got to spend into it. They got to get the right
No,
gun. They
which
got
is
to
great.
pay for
which
it.
is great.
Yeah.
I love it when we're play styles that some may not love. There's obviously drop shotting and actually, but Skulker, yeah, it's gonna be a perk 2 in with have known a bit for multiplayer from Blackout. In Blackout, you know, have to find multiplayer score allow you to crouch at about the same great addition. On top of that,
And there are updates to
yes, that's pulling up above that fog of war.
This is interesting.
Postmortem transition. Positive feedback, but believe in saw that, you know, looking at wasn't there, so decided to actually move reveal. Believe that's really going to make that a believe
maximum situational awareness.
right. If you want to
Okay.
know where people are and have situational awareness,
Team.
tracker.
Maximum
All right.
A couple of
Right,
updates
if
to
you
Okay.
tactical map.
Yeah, tactical.
Okay, we're good. We're
We
good,
made
Chief.
some slight changes just on the side. For example, here, tactical. You are going to take much less. For example, when we're still working through, but we have kind of tracker. We'll get in. But I'm gonna bust
Bring
into
it in. Let's do it.
So tracker again.
What do you guys think so far?
Fast game like Black Ops 3. Not very popular, not very high performance, but the people love it. That said, we gave it some thought and added a little. Have tracker on. I always want to know.
What does that work for exactly?
So, as with everything, we've set it up. Knobs and
Word.
same thing. So right now, if you're revealed on,
That's kind of cool, actually. All about the tracker and the. It's cool because
Firing your
it gives more,
firing
like
your
I
weapon.
said, tactical
So
play.
anytime you are going to be fog of war, we'll be given that eyeball. Put that out there, us get some feedback on it.
Next thing on our list, and probably classic examples for why you have a beta in the first place, is we had tips and performance along. Those have been
Yeah, absolutely. Again, hats off to the no gridlock. You can see there we definitely saw some strides there, but Maps team, every scene, top to bottom, optimize X, the fire. Additionally, not just the large. We're going and
Improve.
about this. A huge
Menu interface with
This is really good.
data as
This
well.
is really good.
Are we able to use that to navigate through our menus?
yes.
Here we go.
Need a prop.
Fonts?
I'm gonna check with Colin Overhold. Assume, oh, of course. I'm actually very, very, very happy with
I'm really liking it.
last night.
What do you guys think?
Iterating on
Yo, 3 people watching. Thank you all so much. Make sure to drop a like, subscribe to the channel.
Taco. Play test. We ones were a little too flag and paths that path to optimum like so we 1,000 times.
Right.
So yes, obviously we're always gonna have to work through. Happy with them.
Really
Thanks,
winding
Friday.
down here. Time associated.
Actually done. There's quite a lot of changes in there we've made. We've made sure that when you switch to heal and when you switch back to your gun comes out quicker. Switch to heal faster. So the whole process is smoother and faster than before across the different weapons.
I like that.
Part of the tactical nature of the game, right? After a firefight,
Where did the
a lot of
webcam
times
go?
you have to both reload and heal. So we want to make sure that those could happen.
Where?
Those one or
Boy,
both.
where?
That it felt like the right time. Yeah, and in terms of stim shot, saw stim shot maybe being a little bit too crutch of a gear. So we've dialed that back a little bit. So stim shot's a little bit more reasonable, so that you can't the guy who you kind of fight with isn't going to heal instantly, right? There's going to be some time there, as well as the normal heal will be a little bit more balanced. So those have come a little bit closer together, which will give people a chance to open up their breadth, the gear options, as well as just make healing in general feeling.
Yeah.
Guys, that's really kind of the end of the laundry list. We've gone through quite a bit. Anything that you want to add just to kind of wrap it up today?
Yeah, one last thing actually. We talked a bit about weapons and operator mods earlier, but I did want to address the community feedback that we got about weapons from the beta and what we've done since.
Great point.
So there's a couple big points that we got from the community. First big one is always an important factor in Call of Duty balance: assault rifles versus submachine guns. So in weekend 1, we saw submachine guns were a little bit more dominant, and we made some tweaks. Minor tweaks, really. We actually didn't think we thought they were going to get us right to the point that we wanted. Weekend 2, assault rifles were quite a bit stronger. So we saw that shift in balance. It's actually really good because we know exactly which changes we made to make that balance. It means the balance is very tight right now. Little subtle changes can affect that. But we know what we did. We're gonna find that middle ground so that the balance between assault rifles and submachine guns is right where we want to launch.
Like that.
One of the standout guns from the beta was the ABR.
Yeah.
And we saw people
gun.
doing really well with that. Now, that gun was intended for very highly skilled players to excel with. In the right hands, it was supposed to be amazing. And it was, but it was also amazing in just about anyone's hands, and that's not what we want.
I saw John using it.
I know, there's people
No,
around
you
the studio who are not supposed to be doing so good at that gun. So, yeah, we're taking that down a few notches. We don't want that thing to be overpowered again at launch. So we're going to make sure it's not, and then we'll get it to where it needs to be. Hopefully it's there on day 1. If not, we'll get it there shortly after. And then lastly, sniper rifles were actually overly effective in the beta. They were just a little bit off target, and we're trying to figure out why, especially the Koshka. And it turns out we found
because I was shooting.
Yeah, so one of the things we work on Call of Duty a lot. Sometimes people call out like, "Hey, how come this thing that used to work before is in a beta?" Like it's not, because these whole systems are constantly changing. The foundation, the tech is constantly changing. So in this case, we changed the ways in which our character models come together and the way that they're built. That ended up exposing a bug about hitboxes. So it was a somewhat rare bug. It wasn't happening all the time. About 10% of the time, sniper rifles, there was a location on the body where they were killing where they weren't supposed to. So sniper rifles were a little bit too good. It was happening on both console and PC. So we fixed that to get the sniper rifle balance.
That was
And
some
then
good
even
shots,
beyond that,
boy.
on PC, we're doing some specific sniper rifle tuning. Obviously, on a mouse and keyboard, it's a lot easier to snipe, different than console. So we've got to get that dialed in for PC. We're looking closely at post beta. One last little tidbit. LMGs. We're always trying to find a good spot for LMGs. And in the beta, people didn't seem to be digging the LMG too much. It's a tough weapon class to get right from weapon balance. We want it to be powerful, but we don't want it to be too much like any other weapon class. So one of the things we've got a couple strong LMGs coming into the game, which we talked about earlier, the Hades and Jam. But one of the new attributes that we're going to give to LMGs is that you are going to have very little to almost no flinch while you're ADS with an LMG.
Oh, that's
very
good.
heavy gun. We want you to be able to stay on target. Right?
That's good.
So this lets LMGs have kind of their own.
That's gonna have some mad
their own
accuracy, but I'm
Once
still
you
going
post
with my
up,
Spitfire.
Stop. You get into ADS. And
Fire
you
and
let that gun
ABR,
up
those are
there.
my two.
Now,
And
if anyone
GK's
messes
5,
with
those-
you, that's their mistake. It's going to take you a little bit more time as an LMG to move around and to get into position, and that's where SMG, AR, and other weapon classes have the advantage. So we're really excited about how that's been playing out. Can't wait to get the community on it. If there's people feel like any sort of amount of flinch is too much for them, then they might want to try LMGs.
Nice. Oh, I thought we were done with our list. It turns out they're
Never done.
No, we're never done. No, yeah, and there's certainly a heck of a lot more that the team's been working on that we haven't talked about. That people are just going to have to play the game, to find out.
Any last words on multiplayer?
There's the hook.
Can't wait to play it.
There's a hook.
All right.
I know. I can't wait to play it.
There's the
When's
hook.
the next play test? We've been having a
There's the hook.
blast.
Awesome. Tony, Matt, thank you very much for coming by. We are going to talk Blackout with Lord Vonderhaar shortly. But first, take a little break.
Approaching the drop zone.
Okay, so this is copyrighted. But you guys are just gonna you're not gonna see this. Alright guys. Instead I'm gonna show you a leaked image on Voyage of Despair. Yeah, so I was searching through to get a picture for this picture. Sex. I was trying to get that picture. So that picture I was trying to get for a thumbnail because I wanted to cut out Bruno and have him in the thumbnail for tomorrow night's stream of my very first time playing Voyage of Despair. Come check it out, guys. It's going to be lit. Black Ops 4 stream. Probably the best stream I've ever had. But I'm going to rock here for 2 secs. I want to tell you guys about this leaked image. So I'm going to pull up my webcam real quick. Here we go. So here's the image. And you might be like, yo, what is that? That doesn't even look like anything special. So I'm gonna zoom in. Now, if you cannot tell, you can definitely tell it's the Titanic. And you can definitely tell that there's a zombie here. There's a zombie here. There's the perks down here. And it looks like, to me, it looks like Quick Revive, Double Tap, Juggernog, and PhD Flopper. That's what it looks like. But,
Everybody.
I don't know. And then, of course, this looks like maybe like your monkey bombs. This is the girl Scarlet, the health, the gun, and maybe this is your perk vapors. I don't know, but they just introduced David Vonderhaar.
There's some things
So
to
we're going to get back to that.
So we're catching up on all things Blackout, all the updates made since the beta. And we are taking down the list one at a time, and I think that everyone wants us to start with armor.
Armor? Right off the bat?
Right off the bat.
Fans love it. So, look, we take armor feedback seriously. Same way we did in the beta, and there's a lot to talk about. So let me just sort of go through all the details. We have level 3 armor spawning with reduced rate overall in the world. You're going to find this inside of care packages, supply drops, and mostly there. Now, you can still find it in the world, but it's going to be rare, but we also did a lot of tuning. But the sort of the new thing that no one's seen yet that I'm pretty excited to show people is when you have armor on, there's above your health bar is like the state of the armor.
Sure.
Think of it as a health bar for the armor, for lack of a better term. So you have real kind of microscopic detail on the state of your armor. The icon's still there, and the icon's still there. But if you want to know how well you're doing, or you could see, hey, my teammate doesn't have any armor, or hey, man, your armor's busted up. Let's find you some new armor. And that's just sort of the start of where armor goes. We have a lot of great ideas. Talk about them.
All right. So
There's
let's
the hook.
move on to
There's the hook.
muzzle flash.
Okay, muzzle flash. So
There's the hook.
the
Good job.
fans gave me a hard time, let's say.
An abundance of constructive feedback.
An abundance of feedback. So, did we do anything?
All right.
Okay, so look, let's talk about what this means. So, we did muzzle flashes and we finalized them with a lot of improved visibility. So, I misunderstood that question, to be fair. I thought they were talking about their muzzle flashes. They were person muzzle. Now, we don't want muzzle flashes to impact your field of view, right? That's not something that could be not what we want. What we want is for people to see your muzzle flashes when you're in a dark room. We don't necessarily want the muzzle flashes to get in your way. Muzzle flashes, like all art assets, go through a couple of different. Some guns have muzzle brakes, right? So a muzzle brake's cool because it controls sort of where the flash comes from. And there's the realism of how a muzzle brake works. There's game realism. You had to kind of figure out what the difference is so they hide your faces. So they're not as bright overall. They don't have as much opacity, or they have more opacity so you kind of see correctly. And overall, I think fans can be pretty happy. I don't think muzzle flashes are going to get in your way of combat. That's also the purpose. And those will be in on.
Awesome. Awesome. So there seemed to be another concern about how dark the screen
like how he's
got
just
when you
like-
were hurt, and it seems as if the complaint was similar within when you were taking damage within the collapse. What sort of updates has the team made on this one?
Thanks for asking me about this one, because in the beta, when we were outside, say in the collapsed area, we were getting what we would call a damage tick. So it's like tick, tick, tick. And it was a lot. It was intense. That's what we would call a status effect. Now, it's sort of like being flashed or blinded, and you have to do something special for every different type of kind of damage you can. And in the case of the beta, the one that we were using was simply the same thing that happens when you get hit by a bullet. You're not getting hit by a bullet, so why do you have directional? Right? So that presentation was the wrong presentation for being outside in sort of the collapsed area, but we did something specific. So now when you're out there, you won't have the direction indicators. We actually brought down sort of how much the darkness that it would hit with you, how much red there was overall. So we heard about this loud and clear on Reddit. So it's a good opportunity for us to say, you know about that. We knew going into the beta that we still had work to do on that. But that's all fixed up now. So you're outside and you're in the collapsed area, you're taking damage, it'll feel appropriate to being outside and won't feel like someone's hitting you in a half or something.
You know, super quick. I talked to Tony and Matt about this, and I'd love to get your thoughts before we kind of head down the list of other things. Tell me about how important feedback was for you from the player community, just sort of what that really meant to you and the team, and essentially how that helped steer things, not only during the beta, but in this time since.
Yeah, so particularly since, right? So this is the best part. Like, so we have a long list of things.
Right.
There's features in the game that we still had work to do. There are features that we didn't have in the game yet that we had planned. So what the beta data tells us, and what the feedback from the is, it really helps sort of prioritize that work for us, because at the end of the day, you just have a bunch of stuff to design and a bunch of stuff to construct. And order of events or operations, not, it's what we think is best, but once you get the community involved, then it becomes, oh, well, obviously, we should maybe take this one that's currently 7 on our list. So that was particularly helpful. And then just more macro than that, of course. What about the stuff you don't know?
Yeah.
Right? It's a giant game, right? We look at everything, spend a lot of time trying to think about everything very carefully, but it's very possible that you just might not catch something that, someone who's played back to back. calls out.
Yo, everyone in the stream
don't
right now,
play
thank you
test
all
the way
so
people
much
play.
for
I mean, they're-
watching.
Yeah,
Make
they're
sure to leave
fans
a
who didn't go
like,
home or go to school
subscribe
or
to the channel,
they
and
just
check out the
played
Black Ops 4
Blackout.
Voyage and
The time
Despair
it was
stream
turned on to the time it was
tomorrow at
turned off.
9 p.m.
That's something that we don't get to
Pacific
do. We have
time,
to actually make
midnight Eastern.
So,
We're going to
it's
play
good.
Voyage
It's good
Despair
to
and Black Ops 4
see what kind of
for the very
bubbles up.
first time.
Yeah.
And I really love how the
Big
the
stream,
mood
big
of it
stream,
kinda
lads.
shifts over the week. Kind of see what stays with people. Because first impressions, man. First impressions are important.
That's
but they don't always
cool.
tell the truth.
So if you
right?
look up, bam.
So it's good to have the first
That's
impressions.
cool.
I wish we're out soon.
Yeah. Well, even talking to Tony and Matt, like there also seemed like there was a great deal of
We a
of
body,
very
step up in the
positive
body,
feedback,
step up
too.
in the body.
I mean, like everything was just incredibly constructive.
Yeah, I found, and by the way, the work that you guys have put in on the social and community team, thank you guys, to sort of get this stuff organized has been, I can let problems and trying to find problems to solve or make sure I don't miss anything. So as a team, we're very grateful for all the investment that the students put in to being able to do this and to talk to fans, just sort of just talk, don't have to, and finding those things. So many thanks to all.
Let's get back to the list. I know one of the things that fans pointed out during
CFX,
the,
thank
the
you for
beta
the
was
subscription.
headphone use, particularly in the staging area.
Yeah, gosh. All right, let's talk audio. So we did a lot of bug fixing. So I think really, let's talk about the big one, big fix. So there was this problem that sound occlusion was not working. Describe sound occlusion. You and I are very close together, but and we should sound like we're very close together. And
Yeah, that was
occlusion is
actually
the
a
idea,
big
let's put up
issue.
an imaginary wall. I'm not sounding quite as loud to you.
We're in a room with carpeting and ceiling tiles. There's a certain
So you'd have this weirdness where a guy directly above you would be closer to you, but he's also got a floor or ceiling.
It's like there's a wall here, and then there's some
Like how it
dude
has
on
the
the
number,
other
it's
side of that
great.
wall on a conference call.
That's not ever happens. It's our live stream studio. So that wasn't working right.
Yeah.
Right. So guys above you would sound close to you, and they were technically close to you, but there was this thing between you. So the audio to be hit by that. So the guys who were, you can see would not be as loud as the guy above you. So that had to get fixed, and it got fixed. But that's not all. Lots of tuning. So among the sound occlusion, made it so that players who on your team, their footsteps are naturally quieter. We did a lot of work on sounds. We did a lot of awareness. And then mostly, right, the game wasn't done. You cannot do a final audio mix on the game until it's further along. So, the final audio mix, that's that thing. I know what you're talking about. When I get into a game state, I think 99 people want to punch me. So that was loud.
But what about in the game?
No, they can't do that. Too good. It's too good. So look, and finally, this one's important. So we've done this in the last game. It's in this one. Go into your audio, get your options for audio and settings, because we always do different sort of mix presets, including the headphone mix. I know a lot of people. I can tell you the audio department here is super serious. They reference and mix at reference volume. I don't know how any of them loud. And you're gonna find a mix at this really style.
That's good.
headphone setting there.
That's really good.
I'll be honest. I was never really in presets, and Jake turned me on to some of the audio presets.
Is Jay the same guy who's on a conference?
If you hear that muffled example of occlusion coming from the other
Let's go
side,
get that guy.
But yeah, check him out. That's good advice. All right.
Good
speaking
jokes.
Of
Good
additional
jokes,
tuning,
chat.
Pickups.
Great
Pickups was a big one.
jokes.
Yeah. So of course, there's a lot of things going on here.
Some quality. There's some quality.
You're not looking down anymore.
Quality,
you can
guys.
just run through up items as fast as you can. It's currently, I think it's going to make launch, hopefully, a setting that allows you to pick it up with a tap and not have to hold it. We're actually even debating if that should be the default. Holding should be the option. It's a conversation. It's in the game. I've seen it working, and I think it's going to be there on day one for you. And I think that's one of the largest things that came up is how come I can't just tap? And of course, I've been on record with this. Well, have you tried in a gunfight and need to reload? You can't because you happen to be strafing around a high density. That can be frustrating. And I had that experience. So it cannot be any faster as a hold, and it's at least a game option. And we're still talking about whether it's actually and what else to do. I mean, we know people want to play Blackout. They want the ability to customize what that experience is in a simple way. So we're going through that in our brains, trying to figure out all the places, not just item and image. But you know, that's a suggestion that was direct from the community, and
Fortnite, take notes.
Options menu, see if it's even the default, and what other things we can.
All right. While we're on the subject of how you use your hands, ladders. Let's talk about how easy it is to get on and off ladders.
Have you seen the new ladder stuff? Roll the tape, guys. This stuff is really great. So, actually, many thanks to Matt Tronson. These are two important people. Look, you got some really tall places in Black, and so the ladders are more important, especially coming down them. So it's a lot easier to get on.
It's called a wingsuit.
You know, you sort of head towards them and looking at them correctly, then you snap onto them, you slide down them fast. So the ladder experience is much improved. And I think Blackout fans need that because, I mean, there's 3 and 4 and even 5-story.
Next on our list, fall damage.
Yeah. Okay, fall damage. That was not what we wanted to do. That's fixed. I found, got this video, guy showed me, he was just jumping off the rock. So, area?
Yeah.
Jumps up on the rock, jumps off the rock, jumps up on the rock, off the rock. All right. So that was a little aggressive.
Put that on the list.
Put that on the list. That was actually a very easy fix. It's done.
Yeah. There were
Thank
during
God.
the beta,
fall
people had
damage was
expressed
annoying.
interest.
That's probably the worst part of Blackout.
their team
But it
kills
was still
and-
so much fun.
What have we done? What has the team done on that front?
3 things. Let me take you through it. These are all in your HUD. So actually, so the first thing was like downs weren't even in the obituary with. So when someone's downed, you'll actually see that they down them. That's what we call obituary. And we also have the HUD notifications at the bottom center of your screen. And when you down somebody or kill somebody, or if somebody else cleans up the guy that you put to the down state, it'll tell you right there that they were downed. It'll tell you right there that they were killed. It'll damage you in the down state. So obituary / kill, HUD notifications, and then this is the big one. Just trying to get in. So in the top right corner, there's a bunch of stats. The 2 stats that are most important in this are kills and clears. So a kill, I knock you to the down state. Somebody comes along and finishes you off, I get the kill because I put you in the down state. A cleanup is what you did to that guy. There's a guy in the down state. Doesn't matter how he got there. You put the final shots on him. Kills and cleanups, those are kind of the 2 principal stats. So you're always going to know how many kills you have. You're always going to know how many cleanups you have. So you're always going to feel rewarded for a game, whether it's actually a proper kill credit or stats are 2.
Cleanups can sometimes be super important. So that's good.
So those
But
4 things
I feel
are
like,
top right
yeah.
hand corner. So between obituary / kill, the HUD notifications in the center.
What I love
and
about
then
this is
stats
that
in the
people
top
can't
right
steal
corner
your
of
kill.
HUD. Those 3 things are going to really help people.
What you get is
give them
the
what they
amount
need.
of damage
No,
you
did I kill
put
that guy? Did I not
is
kill
your
that
score.
guy?
It's just
Kill
freaking
him.
awesome.
And all of this moves us in the direction of updates made to the after action report.
Yeah, so very important. The after action report was something that we worked on a lot, sort of post the beta and before. And all these stats are reflected back to you at the end of the game in the after action report. And what you can do with that one is, in fact, show
That's cool.
what your team also did. How many
That's a
times did you
Blackout
have this
character.
question?
Like, we've never
How
seen
many
that
kills did you
guy. I don't think.
Right, so you don't have to ask that question. Check the after action report. You're after the action. So that's what happens when you die. Really, when you're eliminated from the game, you can stuff along with other things. That one, those stats in your team's.
That's cool, brothers.
Well,
That's
if
cool.
post launch is or if beta is any indication of how my post launch will go, I'll have plenty of opportunity to spend time looking.
Let's take screenshots of you getting 0 kills.
You won't have to wait long for one. All right, so talk to me a little bit about merits and leveling up.
All right, let's talk about how progression works.
Yep.
So this is also inside after action report tabs, and explain merits at a very. Merits is the equivalent of a leveling system for Blackout, right? So you earn merits, kills. You get 10 merits for every. And then you also earn merits for your how well you did. So a solo game, if you place in the top 50, you get 50. In a duo game, if you place in the top and you get 50, and then in quads, I believe it's top 5. So the way to rank up in Blackout is a performance-based level system. You cannot just rank up by playing. You have to perform well. You have to get kills, or you have to place. And those are how you rank up.
That's good,
There
because
are
I don't
80
like
levels.
how noobs play
Every
10 freaking
50
games.
levels is when you actually get a new character. It's cool because these characters are Blackout characters. So, of course, we have all the talking about and the
Harper! Bring
thing that these are
Harper and
Blackouts.
Hudson.
It's hardcore Blackout players who are going to making progression, performance-based system, get their kills, get their. They'll have those kind of characters that they're going to unlock, and I don't want to give you tell about what they look like. That's some creator's video that happened, no doubt.
Well, I mean, let's kind of riff on the characters a little bit, because I mean, this plays into sort of this larger idea of celebrating history, heritage. There's a lot of Black Ops history in Blackout. Let's talk about zombies a little bit.
Woo!
We have zombies.
Rumor has it.
I love the zombies.
Tell me a little bit about how the mystery box is going to be working.
Okay, so if you're a zombies fan, I don't have to explain how mystery boxes work. Let me explain how zombies supply stashes work. Zombie version. Blackout. So you have to go to a zombie destination. You have to eliminate that destination. And then that'll unlock. You got about 90 seconds to get through it and loot everything out of it. Or if the map is collapsing on you, then the collapse will also eliminate every zombie in the destination. Get to the box as fast as you can. Take all the things that out winning.
There we go. I know that the also been hard at work on a number of bug fixes. What can you tell us? What sort of updates do you have on that front?
So many things gone on.
Visual
here. So,
tree
not
update.
even involving the feature work. There's you can't die when this is a video. We saw a video. Jumped out of the helicopter.
Yeah.
And it managed to hit the other. Whoops, that was not. So we fixed that. We also we did some tuning changes too. We actually it takes twice as long to revive somebody as it used to, but they also can crawl faster. So we had this sort of first thing where you could revive faster, but the guy couldn't move very fast. So we thought it was more interesting when the guy could kind of try to help himself by climbing out of the way. And
Yikers!
We also this one's cool. People asked about that. There's different hit markers for. If you're shooting at someone in a vehicle, if you're hitting the vehicle person, that can be kind of a fun. And we saw how much had shooting. A lot of videos came out about that. Even some COD Nation stuff is happening with.
The COD top plays. There's a guy that like jumped out of the helicopter, wingsuited into the trunk or trailer of one of the trucks, shot the guy from the back. That was pretty epic.
Let's go! If you're gonna, then you wanna let me know. I'm up to put this thing on.
Right. So, and then this one.
Windows.
Windows. Bullets are not going to be stopped by Windows. So it's just a bug. So, and then these are just some examples and bugs that we had to get.
Yeah. Well, every game's gonna have bugs.
Thank you.
But I mean, to that point, the beta has gotten.
What about
us
falling through the map?
All the way up to launch. It's allowed the team to like really dial some things in.
And they still are.
And they still are. And that's not going to stop after day one.
No.
But much tighter now. What is on?
There's a healthy dose of stuff. Things that we've not been able to talk about. So what happens next?
Yeah.
And there's different information about that. I can tell you the team's wish list. So we heard from fans that they want to be able to replay right from the game, so you don't have to go back to the lobby. So there's some work to do to figure out how to do that correctly. Even more planned improvements to looting and scavenging process. So the supply stashes base not quite what it needs to be. We have a full design for that, and it's on the screen.
We're turning on
So when you're
the zombies stage. Zombie soon.
Experience, it's a little weird. Like I'm about to pick up this thing, maybe level. You're also using it, so I'm like looking at it and it disappears. Then it moves the thing over, then I end up picking up the wrong thing. Not my best work, but we have some improvements there that are coming. Way more intel about how you died, right? So we have the kill cam, but you don't know what gun had necessarily. Don't know what dead silence. I couldn't hear him being dead silence active. Things of that nature, stuff that multiplayer has. We have to figure out the right way to do it. We're also working on what it looks like when you're deploying from a wingsuit, because you can move so fast to the ground. You don't have a lot of time to like look around or hot dropping. So the effects that you see that play off that character, I'm going to go review that this afternoon. That's coming. We recently gave ourselves the ability to tune armor in new ways too. So this is not going to be on day one. We're still to make sure we use our new powers correctly, but the new capability allows us to change the hit location table. So like this is a hit location, this is a hit location, right? So maybe we can cut some armor that has more nuance to what it protects.
Sure.
You know, in addition to all the nerfs that we did. And then we have this idea that I'm very excited about. Hopefully, we can get some back on
Only
it.
nerf things when they need to be.
We're actually
Level 3 armor was a
discussing,
good thing.
rather than having the armor something that you get from a supply stash of a dead player that's damaged, having the armor break into what we would call armor shards or armor pieces. So level 3 armor can never be worn by somebody if it's damaged. It would just be pieces of armor that you can then use to repair your own armor. So we want to. Armor's important to the game loop. It's important to the mechanics, and I think we'll be tweaking that thing and working with y'all to find the right combination of. That's what makes working on Blackout fun. It's never done really. It's like this evolution. So many ideas here.
So you can repair your
There's no
armor
shortage of it.
with broken armor?
HUD. Anything?
Same thing. HUD is a good example of something that, as a feature, great if you could, especially as a streamer, but even as not a streamer, something that you could customize. Like, no, I don't want to see the obituary. I'm a streamer. It's not. I don't want to show other people.
Yeah.
I don't want to see their names. It's not good for my YouTube videos. It's not good for Twitch streams, whatever. So being able to customize the HUD experience to some degree, to remove or relocate information, so you can
I've never thought of that. That's good.
You know, would be a good thing.
Because I can
That's
like,
on the design
I can
list.
take off
Also,
like the kill
early
feed.
draft stuff on this. Look, the game has to be fun to watch. It's actually a very important agenda item, not just for Blackout, but the whole game.
But
so
like,
those two things
like-
are really
like,
service to that fun watch.
like up here, I don't want no kill count.
Moving
And,
off
like-
the wish list, coming back to day one.
I don't know, bro. I'm
I
cool.
know that
I'm all down
during
for that.
the beta, the team tinkered around with different player counts, different collapse speeds.
Yeah.
So let's cut right to the chase. What does player count look like day one?
The most frequently asked question of all, and I can finally answer this question. Wasn't sure how to answer. Wasn't. So for sure, now you guys can write this one down. Ready? Get Twitter ready. 88 players, solos, and then 100 players for. Then do any kind of special events. But
The numbers,
mine's by far
Mason.
pretty well. I don't know.
Okay, Mason, the numbers. What do they mean, Mason?
All right.
Come on, Mason. What do the
David.
numbers mean?
Any closing thoughts about what people should be expecting on day one, or just day one, not day one, Blackout? The whole you've been working really hard on this for a while, and you're coming off Germany and Sweden. There's a lot going on in that head of yours.
I am
Closing thoughts.
It's a couple days till. Thank you so much. Obviously, thank you for the opportunity. It's 200 to happen.
Like Jason Blundell.
Talk about it with you and our fans. Day one will look a lot like the last 7 days and the last 7 months and the last 10 years, right? I think the big difference for us now is thanks to the social community. Treyarch, we can get in front of players more often, so developers can stay focused on making these things happen. So that when we come talk to you about them, it won't be any different. This is what we're doing right here, and we're gonna go to work, and we'll be back to talk about that thing next time. And thank you. Just want to go and play.
Actually, I mean that's probably a great place to leave it for the day, which is from beginning to end. Today really underscored the importance of feedback. So please keep it coming. Keep it coming on Reddit, on Twitter, on Facebook, Instagram, just all over the board.
YouTube.
Could you give feedback? There we go. I think David's got the answer for us. So listen, thank you for joining us today. Game's out on Friday. We will see you online.
Okay. is the leaked picture. Give me 2 seconds, guys. This is Blackout. We're gonna finally actually start playing now. I was actually really hoping for classified. I was. Two seconds, guys. 2 seconds. Seconds, guys. 2 seconds. It's hooked up to the PlayStation, but I have Black Ops 3 on Xbox. So, 3 people, all 3 of you, thank you all so much for watching. I'm not ending the stream, but I just want to say thank you. And leave a like, subscribe, and what else? I'll have a stream tomorrow, of course, of Black Ops 4 tomorrow night at 9 p.m. If you guys want to see me play Voyage of Despacito, you can do that. And we back, boys. We back. By the way, if you guys didn't notice, I got a new webcam. And now we must play music because that's how we work. You guys know the stream. We always play background music. Today, we are going to be playing, of course, Black Ops 3. And we're going to play some Zombie Chronicles. If you guys did not see a brand new Blood of the Dead trailer came, I cannot showcase it because it's something called copyright. And that's what I will get if I do that. So I'm really sorry. I really wish I could. But what I can show you is this leaked image. Now, I didn't leak this. I was looking for a picture of Bruno for a thumbnail. But I found this. So, if you guys want to... If you guys can see, this is, of course, Voyage of Despair. There is the 4 perks here. It looks like PhD flop slider, actually, now. It looks like stamina, it looks like quick revive, or double tap. I'm not 100% sure, but that might be Juggernaut, even though the leaks have been saying there isn't gonna be a Juggernaut. This, I think, is some kind of perk vapor, or some kind of Easter egg thing, I don't know. This is, of course, your gun, your ammo, and I think this is, like, bombs and monkeys and stuff like that, but you can see, you can even, like, if you zoom in. Wait, I'm looking right now, bro. I have no idea. We're gonna move here real quick. 2 secs, we're moving here. What do you guys think? We're gonna play some Origins, but first, I'm so out of gobblegums. Freaking abused my gobblegums. Yeah, look, that just tells you how much I use the go again. I'm literally 56 and I have 1 freaking attachment. Okay, we're gonna rock that. Okay. 2 seconds. 2 seconds. I'm gonna be right back. I'm just gonna take like a minute right before I play this map. I will be right back.
Just know like the reason these verses with all the meaning, these hearses. I love just watching you work it. Splash on the beat and then surface. Bring it to life and then murk it. It has me losing my circle. The way you move it. Everybody stopping what they doing. Just as little with it to be proven.
Okay, guys. Oh, you didn't leave it. Thanks, man. Here you go. Origins, here we come.
It began long ago, on the battlefields of the Great War. Two German scientists sought to harness dark and mysterious forces buried for centuries. They believed their discoveries would assure Germany's ultimate victory. What they could never have imagined was just what else their research would unearth.
Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video.
As an ancient evil ravaged the front lines, the hopes of the Allies rested on three soldiers sent to stop it.
Here we go. Let's take a moment to break the ice. Copyright right there. And there comes the app, the Facebook. Should we?
Field report. Confirming arrival at site identified in our intel. No sign of the target.
Wow. It's so behind.
Nor are the other agents believed to be on intercept course. Dempsey out.
Check this, guys. Nope. I don't know, bro.
I'm looking for someone to hold, someone to care, someone who's there. I try to find someone. Just take it from me, I don't wanna be lonely.
It's being super laggy. I just want to say that right now. Oh, why is it?
Target area appears affected by an unknown contaminant. Enemy personnel have degenerated to their primal instincts, exhibiting irrational and unparalleled savagery. Recommend all allied units set up exclusion zone until further intel is available.
Okay. Should be okay now. Still feels wonky. Here's what I'm gonna do. Okay, so you guys are just gonna see this for now. Skip the song because it's only okay. Guys, here we go. We're gonna do some midstream stuff right now.